I'm a big fan of a music composer in South India by the name of A.R. Rahman, who won the Oscar for the film Slumdog Millionaire, also has Grammy Awards. Over time, I got introduced to the concept of design thinking, which is largely a thing of Silicon Valley, where they look at a very product-level centric design. From design thinking, I learned how to be patient-centered. And from the music, I learned how to be a little bit more abstract. Remember, we physicians are trained to be very objective. But medicine is not just about total objectivity. It's about combining objectivity with arts. That's what makes it wonderful. You understand the science, but you have to learn to tailor it to your patient. So there's this artistic expression that you have to have, particularly in neuroscience. So my name is Mohammed Ahmed. I'm a neuropsychiatrist and founder of Kaizen Brain Center. So neuropsychiatry is a field that incorporates principles of neurology and psychiatry, and we see brain as a single unit. While I was at UCSD, I got the opportunity to do a small research probing the connection between traumatic brain injury and dementia. What we found was there was a connection there. If you had a TBI, you perhaps could have a slightly faster progression in your dementia. I was able to present the paper at the Alzheimer's International Conference in Toronto in 2016 and got a really good response from a lot of my colleagues. During that time, I think Kaizen was born in my brain. I was able to conceptualize that we really needed to put these two conditions under one roof, seen in an interdisciplinary approach by multiple providers, and the patient should be followed longitudinally so that we can pick up the Alzheimer's or CTE at a much earlier stage. I started Kaizen at this time where my career was just taking off. I was ready to get a job and build my career. But then when I would speak to a lot of my colleagues, the advice was don't do it because there's really no sustainable business model into it. A great scientific model, but never a business model. But you know, at that stage of my career, I was ready to fail. This clinic was not started with the plan to succeed. It was started with the mission to do the right thing. So there was just no fear. I think when you don't have fear, it somehow makes you very creative. Our really secret of success has been one, science. Two, collaborative care. Three, putting the right components together. In TBI, for example, you just don't need a neurologist, but you need a headache neurologist. You know, you don't need a psychiatrist, you need a neuropsychiatrist. You need a sleep specialist. So we really understood what is the problem and who is the right person for that problem and made them talk. It's more like a patient-centric approach. You focus on the problem and you kind of see what you can do to help the patient. And when you do that, you're very, very centered on the patient. You're not even centered on the disease, you're centered on the patient, and that's important. We have identified a lot of our patients who've had TBI, particularly veterans, through this tracking method that they were having early signs of Alzheimer's disease. If not for the tracking, they would have been blissfully unaware that they were having this accumulation of this Alzheimer's protein in the brain. And for the next 15 years, they would have not known this. And by then, it would have been too late. As a result of the Kaizen collaborative care model, particularly in patients with traumatic brain injury, we clearly see that they're getting a better care. They're able to have a better control of the symptoms. Their functionality is improved. They're able to get back to their jobs or the previous baseline functional status. And we haven't seen a single hospitalization as a result of this approach.